This man is somehow worse than Andrew Tate, and I'm going to show you why. But before we get into that, I'll have to bring you up to speed. If you somehow don't know who Andrew Tate is, this is him.
That's how it goes. Slap, slap, grab, choke, shut up.
Luckily for us, he's left as fast as he came amid some certain trafficking accusations and spending a little bit of time in a Romanian prison. You're probably wondering, why should I even still care about him? Shouldn't we just leave him and all the rest of them to just fade away in whatever circle-jerking, monkey-brain, testosterone-filled hole they came from? Although I tend to agree, Andrew Tate has given birth to the guy that we're going to be talking about today, and a lot others like him. They're looking to fill in the gap that he's left, all at the detriment of young people, and for one thing, to take your money. Let me just say that I've found two things that have helped form the entire alpha male ecosystem, so stay tuned for that. But before we really do a deep dive into it, we need to know who this guy is. His name is Sterling Cooper. Sterling Cooper is what you might say a former corn star turned life coach. He has joined the posse of Puss, tearing down the Matrix, ultimately just to plug his shitty MLM schemes like the War Room and Hustler University, which Andrew Tate does himself. But before we dismantle their entire philosophy and their Matrix theory, we need to understand one simple equation. Grab a bite to eat, or grab a little drinky poos before we get into this masterclass. In order to understand this entire culture, you have to understand this one simple equation. Class is in session. Big nut bag plus hairy chest equals the bone zone. Touchdown. I mean, Sterling even says it himself. Build your balls with action. See, only beta cucks believe in metaphors. I believe in the truth, if you will, the Matrix. Grow your piss storage. This man is a self-proclaimed love guru, the master of the two-person push-up, an expert at gland-to-gland combat, a sergeant in the Battle of Balls Deep. He's the conductor, and women are lining up for a one-way trip to Boney Town. How is that drink going? I think you need another one. See, most of his audience are young, impressionable men. He's constantly preaching this red pill process to his audience. Escape the Matrix. Society's after you, and you must follow me to feel freedom.
The red pill is like a suppository. The pill goes up your... And the older you get, the bigger the suppository is.
So what he's basically saying is, take his advice and shove it up your fucking asshole. And he also says this red pill is harder to take the older, smarter, wiser you get. I wonder why. And if you are old, looking to smash pisses with someone of the opposite sex, maybe take a blue pill. We're going to be here all day.
Women are out here saying, I just want a guy who's sensitive and in touch with his emotions. Bullshit. She wants a man with God hair on his chest and a big pair of balls.
The problem I have with Testicle Man over here and every other alpha male YouTuber, they use these 1%ers, these movie scenarios to explain real life, generalizing every woman and man on the planet. And it's all for one goal, amplifying your insecurities so you buy whatever product they're trying to sell. And as you can see here, it clearly works. And you guys are going to find out in a bit. Boy, does he have some products to sell. But before we get into his business beeswax, we need to know how he feels about women. And as you can see so far, probably not great.
She belongs to the streets.
She belongs to the streets.
We hear that all the goddamn time.
How dare you?
Well, where the hell are all the good girls at? Let me tell you one thing. You don't find a good girl, you make her.
How's the filter? The music, the editing, the only thing that's missing is a Subway Surfers gameplay video down. Just some cheap, lazy, brain-dead retention hack. And he has this idea that men are supposed to morph women into good people. As if without men, they would be lying, cheating animals. And as we know the old adage goes, in order to create a good woman, you have to lie and emotionally manipulate them. I wish I was joking.
You should not feel guilty about lying to women, and I'm here to tell you exactly why. What women want is comforting lies. They want to be emotionally manipulated. If you're using a little bit of manipulation to benefit her in the long run, it's better than her falling for the manipulation of some piece of shit.
See, I am doing you a favor. You could end up with some real dirtbag, real scum of the earth bloke. I saved you with my lies and emotional manipulation.
Be grateful.
utilizing a woman as an asset, not a liability. That's the dynamic that most guys get wrong with relationships and women. If you can learn it from an early age to have women in your life who are an asset to you and help your business, even if it's as simple as like helping you meal prep.
I mean, what sane human being enters a relationship like it's an episode of Shark Tank?
Did you know that there is a way to subconsciously hack a woman's brain to produce mind-blowing orgasms on command? Now, you can use music deliberately to anchor certain emotions to a young lady.
No wonder this man has dropped more boxes than Mike Tyson. He's been Pavloving his women. Oh my god, it's Hudson from Black Ops 1. But what you're going to find out as this video goes on is he often pushes a very dangerous rhetoric to an especially already impressionable audience.
What women say and what women do are two completely different things, and you should be paying attention to what she does, to her actions, to her behaviors. They are a far more trustworthy indicator of what actually attracts her, what actually turns her on, what she actually responds to. So pay attention to that instead.
I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I'm a sissy boy, cuck boy. This seems like a very dangerous line of logic. Trust your inner judgment about what you think she wants, not what she says. I don't think an audience with good judgment ends up on a video of yours in the first place. Exhibit A. And if you think the video can't get any worse... Oh my god. One thing you may or may not have picked up on throughout this video is that all the alpha male content creators care more about what other men think than what women think. It's insecurity personified, and it's even funnier when you have the same men saying stuff like this.
It's called convergent knowledge, when you have two completely different sources coming to the same conclusion. It's something I look for when I'm learning something. It's truth. If a black guy from wherever the fuck you're from and a white guy from redneck Australia have come to a similar conclusion, there's probably something true here.
Breaking news, this just in. Sterling Cooper finds out what an echo chamber is. Surrounded by like-minded alpha male big nutted bollock hairy, reinforcing the same set of values must equal a universal truth? This could apply to literally any set of values that have ever existed. No matter how crazy your views are, there's always going to be someone out there that agrees with it. You're a universal dickhead.
All the bullshit programming in the Matrix, everyone else believes it. You start to think, am I fucking crazy? And then you finally run into people who share the same worldview as you. Straight from the underworld, coming from the underground.
There is no way that a human man relaxes like that unironically.
You can't find men of this caliber anywhere else in the world except in the war room. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
And guess what? You're not going to find them in the war room either. And I doubt your hired experts teaching simple drop shipping and e-commerce courses through Discord are high caliber. And the funny thing is they all claim to be the alpha. What literally goes against the entire freaking alpha wolf pack mentality? You literally can only have one freaking alpha male. And we all know who the real alpha is. But forget the bollocks, forget the hairy man chest. There is more to being a Chad bro, and that's child warfare.
Get into a fight at school, I would pat that motherfucker on the back and be like, well done. Alright, what'd you throw? A 1-2? Was it a cross? I want to support that. That's something I missed out when I was a kid.
I swear to God, he doesn't know what century he is in. Fight, food, make a whoopee. But the story doesn't end there, because there's one hurdle that Sterling and all of his fellow muff magnets fall over, and it brings their inevitable downfall. And that one hurdle is self-awareness. Exhibit Hey. I bet you think it can't get any worse than what you've seen so far. Did I mention the lies? Another reason why he's so dangerous is he voices such strong, fact-driven opinions that have absolutely no scientific evidence backing it at all.
I think men are under a lot more pressure to feel guilt for quote-unquote cheating than women are. I actually think that him stepping out and having a bit of strange on the side can actually help to spice that up again.
It works.
That dude will probably come back home to his main girl, and all of a sudden he's raring to go again.
It really boils down to porn stars don't equal life advice coaches.
One of my things I hate the most is the perpetual circle of uselessness, which is where you have a guy teaching somebody how to be a life coach, and all he's done is teach other people how to be a life coach. It's like, dickhead, who are you?
Bringing up qualifications while you're a leading member of the war room. How's your drink going, by the way? But something he is qualified to talk about is sexy time. A perfect segue into the many exuberant products Sterling promotes on his website. And if you thought listening to Sterling was taxing, wait until you see what he does to your wallet. Before we embark on this journey together, I've got to warn you. Side effects include getting laid in the parking lot, filthy fun in alleyways, and more importantly, good old-fashioned morning knob jobs. And it's all for an absolute bargain. Learn how to grow your John Long Johnson for only 97 big ones? Holy camole, grow my poly. But that's not all. Have I told you that you can learn sexual dominance escalation for only $79? Oh! Remember those two bombshells that I briefly mentioned earlier that will help explain the entire philosophy that encompasses alpha males? Well, through my digging, I found some extremely interesting lore about Mr. Sterling Cooper that I think predetermines whether someone's going to be an alpha male or an alpha male enjoyer. But before we get into his story together, I'm gonna warn you, it's not all sunshine and knob jobs. Long story short, he used to be an awkward nerd beta cuckold like all of us, and then miraculously found a girlfriend who ended up cheating on him with his best friend. This inevitably led him to pick up his red pill game concepts. What a shock. But it doesn't end there, because the second piece of the puzzle, what does a heartbroken young boy plus a skewed perception of women and sexual relationships equal?